Uh-oh, that's my song right there. Welcome back, everybody, to I'm Every Woman. I'm Brittany, still here with you with Tidra and Dawn. And we are definitely still keeping the show going. We got some great guests coming up for you, great topics. So if you have any question or comment on any of the things that we have coming up, please do not hesitate to call us, 347-945-7597. Again, the number is 347-945-7597. First one to let us know that there's a caller in queue so we can get you on the air. Now, I'm very anxious and excited to have this next guest come on. She was first introduced to the world on the VH1 hit reality series What Chili Wants, advising Rosanda Chili Thomas from the supergroup TLC on matters of the heart. Since then, she's released the books Men Love Abuse, The Guide to Losing the Nice Girl Image and Getting the Man You Want, Girl, Get Your Mind Right, and Big Boss. With other projects in the works, this guest shows no signs of slowing down. So without further ado, please, I'm Every Woman, welcome relationship advisor and author, Miss Tionna Smalls. Tionna, thank you for being on the show this evening.
Thank you for having me. How are you, ladies?
Oh, we are good and very excited to have you here this evening. Oh, I'm so excited.
Great, I'm glad to be here.
I was such a big fan of What Chili Wants. Like I was.
Were you really?
Yes, I was, because first of all, I love chili, and then it took place in Atlanta, so that just made the whole show even better. But I gotta ask, do you still keep in touch with Chili? Is she still on the search for love?
I wouldn't know. I haven't spoken to her since the last day we filmed What Chili Wants season 2. So yeah, we don't keep in touch.
Oh, okay. But I did love a lot of the advice that you gave to Chili on the show. Like she was definitely. You had your hands full with that one, and
she was reaching. She was reaching,
and it definitely made me take a closer look at myself. I was like, you know what? Am I doing some of those?
Am I Chili?
That should be something you need to think about, right? Am I a Chili? But that was a good one. I want to talk a little bit about the book that you wrote.
Okay, which one do you want to talk about?
I got to talk about Men Love Abuse because that title just off the top just caught me, and the subtitle even more. So, what's some insight on Men Love Abuse? What is?
Well, I wrote Men Love Abuse because I meet a lot of females that I wrote it last year. It came out actually. I wrote it because I meet a lot of females that's just like not finding the right guys, or they're just so damn nice, or they just let guys run all over them, and I want to like smack them and go, B, are you really serious? Wake up and smell the coffee. This dude is playing you, But they're just so nice, or they just so needy, or they just want to be loved so bad that they don't, understand what's going on. So that's what my book is. When you first open the book, it says, for the nice girls who finish last. Like, nice girls indeed finish last. And I think it's time for us to stop being quiet about it. It's the truth. And I think that the more you show an ungrateful man, rather, that you love them and that you're willing to put up with their bull crap, they're going to shit on you. So, I mean, that's how it goes. And I'm trying to help women avoid that with that book. But now I have a new book coming out in June, and it's called You Gotta Lose to Win. I had that title for years, so I don't hear nobody say I'm trying to copy you for Fantasia. And the message is, the same. It's just like you got to do you, you know what I mean? You got to, like, live your life despite anything. So, that's it.
So what would you say is one of the first things that a nice girl needs to do so they can come out on top?
Well, the nice girl needs to save the niceness for a man that's worthy. A nice girl needs to get to know a guy first before you show all this beautiness and gratefulness and, oh, my God, he is mine and mine is he. You need to find out if this man's worthy of that, because a lot of people ain't worthy of that, you know what I'm saying? Another thing that a nice girl need to do, and that's any girl, they need to listen. Listen. You got 2 ears for a mother effing reason. You need to listen. Listen to what a guy is telling you. Listen to what he's saying in the beginning. Look at his actions. Like me, I look at a man's actions. They could tell me whatever, like, oh, you bugging, because, men try to make you feel like you're crazy. You know what I'm saying, when you tell them stuff. So I like to go by the actions that I'm seeing. I don't go by words anymore. So these are the things that you need to really look out for. And you just need to make sure that you're not just getting so open just for no reason. Because a lot of times we get open because we like a guy's attitude or we like the way he's sexing us, but we're not looking at the long term. We're not looking at how are we changing our actions, because a lot of girls don't be nice. It's just that they become nice. They're like, oh, I like him, so I'm going to show him I'm nice. And then they get pee-peed on. And I don't like when girls get pee-peed on. Forget that.
Oh, that's some good advice right there, so especially the whole listening to what they're telling you in the beginning. So if a man is telling you, for example, that they're not looking for a serious relationship, you need to really listen to that.
Yeah, you need to believe them. I'm not saying things can't change. Like, maybe he feel that way now, and things may change. He might change his mind later on, but you can't go into it thinking he is going to change. You have to go into it like he doesn't want a relationship. You know, when a man tell me he doesn't, I remember I was talking to a guy, I liked him a lot. He don't want a family. I take that serious. You don't want a family. If I want a family, I'm not going to deal with you then. You know what I mean? Like, this is what you're telling me now. If you decide to change your mind, you'll give me a call and holler at me when you're ready. But until then, I'm going to take what you said. And I think women always got, like, we think we're magicians. Women, I'm going to put this in my new book, too. Women think that they are, like, magicians. They think that they can change anything, and especially a broken man. I don't like when, like, women try to change a broken man, a man that is, like, emotionally messed up, emotionally guarded, emotionally unavailable, and we just believe we got the best coochie and we got the best mind game and that everything is going to be like, oh, so good. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So
I'm definitely hearing you, Tionna. Like, and I've been guilty of that myself in the past. Like, I'm thinking, okay, he's saying this, like his lips are saying this now, but once he gets to know me and really feeling me,
and he's gonna change.
No.
And he may change. And some guys, I remember when I first met my ex-fiance, he didn't want any children. When I first met him, he was very adamant, like, I don't want any kids, blah, 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 it's not for me. And as time went along, he started to, like, fall in love with children. He wanted children. So things changed, but I didn't go in it thinking it was going to change. You understand what I'm saying? I just did me.
And
I said, when I want kids, I guess I got to leave you alone, you know?
Yeah, that was going to be my question for those women who, who want to stick around and see if he's going to change. How do you do that? And you just said you just do you, and either he change or he don't change.
You got to make a decision in your mind. What are your deal breakers? See, everybody got their own deal breakers. You understand what I'm saying? Like, everybody got their own deal breakers. Now, let's say I meet a guy, and he's like, well, I don't want any kids. Okay, well, I'm a little confused about, do I want kids? So then I have to sit back and think about it, like, oh, is it really a big, you know what I'm saying, is it really a big deal that this man doesn't want kids? Let me think about it. Okay, eventually I'm going to want kids, so yeah, it is becoming a big deal. All right, so then I have to make a decision in my mind, like, all right, do I want to deal with this? Like, am I ready for kids now? Do I want to deal with the fact that maybe one day I am going to be ready for kids, and then he's going to be like, nah, he doesn't want children. Like, these are the things you have to put in your mind. But if you're strong enough to say, well, I can still deal with him, and then when I want children, I'm going to, like, not mess with him anymore, if you're strong enough to do that. But sometimes women put themselves in a situation that they know that they're not strong enough to handle. Like me, I am strong enough to be like, all right, I'm going to handle this until I don't want to handle it anymore. I can mess with this one and think, all right, well, you know what, he's not doing what I want him to do, but you know what, I could go to the next dude. That's why I tell women to date, because what you don't get from one dude, you could get from another dude. You know, you're supposed to date until you're married, and whatever man makes it to the finish line to get married is the guy that has all the things you are looking for.
Yep.
Because everybody has something missing. But everybody got different deal breakers. Some girls ain't going to talk to a broke dude no matter what happened. If he's broke, they don't care if he is a Christian. He don't care if he clean your whole house. He drives you everywhere.
Right.
He rubs your feet. He's broke. I'm not having it. That's how some women feel. Some women feel like, well, you know what? You got to believe in God. Okay? That's my deal breaker. Everybody has their deal breakers. All I'm saying is you don't have illusions. Like, don't make up stuff in your mind. Like, well, I want a guy that's 6'9" and he got to have a six-pack. That's like when it becomes obnoxious. But it is okay to have standards. There's a difference between having standards and just, like, being straight up obnoxious. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or being straight up unreal, because as human beings and children of God, we all got faults. You know what I'm saying? You might be the prettiest girl in the world, but then you might not be the person that, you know what I mean, don't believe in God, or you don't have no money, or you're not an independent woman, you're not a strong woman. You know, we all got our own faults, but we just have to learn how to, you know, take our faults in and just make good on them and understand that we do have faults.
What do you think about somebody who changes their deal breaker? For instance, I'll use myself as an example. Like, do you think that, you know, changing your deal breaker will ultimately allow you to be happy, or will at some point in time?
You mean settling or like switching up a little bit, like what you believe in a little bit? Everybody switches up what they believe in. Like, I could believe in, you know what I'm saying, wearing condoms, and then one day I could slip up and go raw. You know, like, these are the things everybody, I think, slip up once in a while. But I don't recommend slipping up on something that really means a lot to you. Like, if God really means a lot to you, or Jesus means a lot to you, I don't recommend you marrying a Muslim, you know, because eventually, later down the line, whether it's 5 years, 10 years down the line, you will be apart because of that difference, because that was something that was dear in your heart, and you compromised it to be with a person that you felt you loved so much. But feelings change, people change, but what you really believe in don't change.
Right.
You know?
I think, a good example of this, and I was looking on your website earlier today, and you had some thoughts on Portia and Cordell from Real Housewives of Atlanta. And
he is a loser. Yeah,
This is a good example of what we're talking about, though, because in the beginning, you know, she was going to stay at home. They agreed to this, you know, be a housewife and be the mother of the children.
I would never have agreed with that in 2013.
I wouldn't either.
There should never be a housewife in 2013. It's not even sexy. It's not even funny to me being a housewife in 2013. Sorry.
Oh, like, you definitely got to have some type of hustle going on.
You got to have, a man don't respect a woman that don't have no money coming in. They're going to treat you like a doll. You know what men do with dolls? They dress you up, they play with you, and then they put your ass back on the shelf when they tired of you. And that's what he tried to do,
what he did,
and it's disgusting. No, I don't want to be no man's doll. If I am going to be a doll, it's going to be called the new boss chick doll that came out yesterday. Have my own job, have my own stuff going on, have my own life, my own friends. I don't got to ask you, can I go somewhere? I don't live that type of life, you know. But I understand that Southern women are a little different. I understand that. Like, it's good to have a man that's rich. I mean, I'm not hating on no girl that got a man that's rich. Hallelujah, Shabbat. I mean, hell, you can't find love, find money. I agree. But it's a limit. Like, a man that's rich that do everything for you is a daddy to you. You don't work. You got to ask him for everything. You might have to ask him for money when you need maxi pads. That's not a good thing to have.
Right.
But it's true.
You're supposed to get a man with money so he can help you with your endeavors. You think I'm going to play with somebody broke? I'm trying to make my entertainment company this way and that. I'm going to find a dude, if I'm into that, I'm going to find a dude that's going to help me expand that. Not a dude that's going to be like, well, forget your entertainment company. Just sit home and play footsies with me. No. So she started off wrong. She said before she wanted a career. But when she met him, he did not want her to have a career. So she settled. And when you settle, like you said, movie and standards, she probably always wanted a career, but she's probably like, well, listen, I'm going to get a career and be struggling like my friends that got a career, or am I going to, like, sit back and relax and get my weave done? You know, that's what she had to ask herself. We all compromise in ways, but she compromised something that was too near and dear. She really wanted a career, so she should have just stuck with that.
I hear that. Keidra, you got one more question?
Yes, I have one last question. I want to know your thoughts. Kids, if he has kids, when should you want to meet them, or when should you meet them?
For me personally, I was just talking about this because I have a friend that's like in love with me, and he's like, oh my God, my kids. First of all, I'm not really interested in a guy with kids, but if I have to be with somebody with kids, I think a man should introduce you to his children when he feels secure about you, when he feel that you will be a great influence on his kids, and also when he feel that it won't be any drama, because nobody got time to, like, deal with, like, I can't come to your daughter's birthday party because the mother's going to be there. If you got to deal with that still, then I don't want to meet your damn kids. You understand what I'm saying? I think that in order for it to work, especially if you don't have children, is that he has to include you with the children, you know, meaning that even if it's like making sure you're around, making sure you can come to parties, because I feel like the only time a man has baby drama is A, if the lady is lonely, of course, or B, he's still giving her some drawers. So if he's still giving her some drawers, he don't care about you coming around if he's not giving her no drawers. Even if she's crazy, he's going to put her on a place because you're his lady. Like, calm down, bitch. You already know what it is. Sit your ass down. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But if he doesn't have his situation intact, then I don't agree with it. You know what I'm saying? I don't think you should want to meet them. And if you just met a dude and he just want to introduce you to his kids, that's a sign that he's crazy. So you don't even want to meet his kids. I say it really takes a year or two to get to know somebody. Like, meaning get to know them on the preliminary level. You know that? And it takes 3 months to even see if you like somebody. That's what people don't understand. People meet people in a month and be like, oh, my God, I like them. No, you gave them like a pre-like. You pre-like them. You know what I'm saying? But it takes like about 3 months to know if you like somebody. You know what I'm saying? So I just say wait to meet somebody's children, because then you know what? When you're not around anymore, it really does affect the kids a lot. They like you.
I agree.
And then also their mothers is crazy. I remember I was talking to a guy, he had a kid. His daughter was around me for Christmas, and he bought her like an iPhone or iPod or whatever. You can take pictures on it. So I guess the mother found out that she took pictures of me or whatever, saw the pictures. She saw the pictures, matter of fact. And she went ballistic. Mind you, she had a Puerto Rican boyfriend all around her kid anyway. I don't know why she's mad that he had a girlfriend or whatever, because she had a boyfriend. But I guess she was mad he had a girlfriend or a boo, and that wasn't even his girlfriend, but that's another story. But make a long story short, she erased the picture. She took the phone out of Luger hand, was like, what you doing with this B picture on your phone? Took it out of there and erased the picture. The little girl was crying her eyes out bad. And I'm like, you know what? That's too much. Who the hell got time for that? That's too much.
Yeah.
So it all depends on what you can tolerate also. Because some girls got a real strong stomach for a baby mama drama. But I just don't. I don't have any kids, so I just feel I don't have anything in common with men with kids. And then if they know their baby mother still love them, they always got that in their back of their mind. Like, it's bad when you're messing with a dude that got back burner coochie. Back burner coochie ain't good. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's ish that's like, oh, you know what I'm saying? Like, I always got somebody to go back to. And that's why I think women need to stop that. Just because you have a baby with somebody, that doesn't mean that you have to sit there and be, like, stuck with them the rest of your life. There's a lot of step-parents in this world, and a lot of step-parents that do well by kids more than the father do. I mean, I know a lot of people in my own family that have a better stepfather than they had a father. Life goes on after a baby. And a lot of us might not even be married when we have a child, so we got to really think of these things. We have to get really, really real about the situations that's going on in the world.
You're right about that. Yeah,
I think everybody just be faking to themselves, and that's not good. But I want to talk about my new show. I have a new show coming out on MTV daily.
I was just about to ask you about that.
Thank you. And I'm the first black person for this to ever be done. I mean, you had your Anandas and Lalas, but they were like hosts of music shows. This wasn't their own show, like based around them, and that's a wonderful thing, to make history. I'm just so excited about everything.
Congratulations on that. That's
Thank
awesome.
you so much.
MTV2?
No, not MTV2, on MTV, honey.
No, I'm saying MTV TOO.
Yeah, I'm on MTV, too, because I think it's great that I held out, because a lot of times people just sit there and they just do whatever just to get whatever, and I'm not into that. I'm not into the ratchet life or whatever like that. We was ratchet enough in East New York, Brooklyn, I'm good. When I'm on TV, I need to be a class act, and it's good, and it's not too classy, it's not too ratchet, there's no fighting, it's this beautiful show, and I'm really helping these young girls, with their lives, and it's wonderful.
I hear that. Now, for everything that you have going on, the books, the TV show, please tell people how they can get in touch with you and keep up with you or get relationship advice from you.
Right.
Everything.
I'm really into my lovies. I call all my supporters my lovies. I'm really into them.
Aww.
And, I'm into them. So you can go reach me at Twitter mostly, and everybody knows I write back. So it's twitter.com/Tionna, TIONNA Smalls. You could also email me. You can also reach me on my website, the Diary of TiannaSmalls.com. I'm all over the place. And Instagram, Tionna Smalls.